Cunnel woke up before the first rooster crowed, his small rented room already feeling warm in the humid Lagos air. His day always started early, preparing his roasted corn stand. Cunnel didn't have much, but he worked hard to ensure his little business ran smoothly. Every kernel of corn was carefully selected, roasted to perfection, and sold to his loyal customers. The roadside where Cunnel set up his stand was always busy. From taxi drivers to students rushing to school, his spot was a small hub of activity. Despite his simple setup, Cunnel knew his customers by name, often throwing in a free kernel or two for children who couldn't afford it. His warm personality made him popular, even if people underestimated him. But Cunnel wasn't just another street vendor. While others thought he was simply hustling to survive, Cunnel had a plan. A small black notebook sat tucked inside his bag, filled with handwritten notes of his earnings, expenses, and savings. Every naira was accounted for. Every purchase was intentional. Cunnel wasn't just selling roasted corn. He was building his future. One afternoon, as Cunnel's stand was bustling with customers, a sleek black car pulled up. The windows rolled down, revealing a well-dressed man in his late 40s. Cunnel immediately recognized the man as Mr. Ade, a local businessman known for his wealth. "Let me have one roasted corn," Mr. Ade said, glancing briefly at the stand. His tone was casual, almost dismissive. Cunnel's hands worked quickly. "Yes, sir. Freshly roasted. You'll enjoy it." He handed over the corn with his usual cheerful demeanor. Mr. Ade nodded, paid, and began to drive off, but something made him stop. The efficiency and care Cunnel displayed caught his attention. He rolled the window down again. "You've been here for a while, haven't you?" Mr. Ade asked, curiosity piqued. Cunnel smiled. "Yes, sir. 5 years now." 5 years? Mr. Ade's brow furrowed. "How much do you even make from this?" "You should look for something better." Cunnel chuckled, his response simple yet cryptic. "Sir, it's not just about what I make today." Mr. Ade's interest grew. He parked his car and stepped out, towering over Cunnel's modest setup. "What do you mean by that?" he asked. Cunnel wiped his hands and leaned slightly against his stand. "Sir, I've learned that small money, when handled wisely, can grow bigger. This roasted corn business may look small, but it's teaching me discipline." Mr. Ade smirked, clearly amused but intrigued. "Discipline? In selling corn?" "Yes, sir," Cunnel replied confidently. "Every day, I save part of what I earn. I buy my supplies in bulk, and I reinvest my profits into growing the business. I don't just sell corn. I'm building something bigger." The simplicity of Cunnel's explanation caught Mr. Ade off guard. He had come across countless ambitious people, but something about Cunnel's calm confidence felt different. "And what's the end goal?" Mr. Ade pressed. Cunnel paused, a small smile playing on his lips. "You'll see, sir." Mr. Ade couldn't help but laugh at Cunnel's mysterious response. "You've got big dreams, I see. But let me tell you something. Dreams without proper support won't take you far. You should consider working for someone who can guide you." Cunnel nodded respectfully. "That's good advice, sir, but I've learned that being independent teaches you lessons no one else can. Every mistake I make is my own, and every success I earn is fully mine." Mr. Ade was impressed, though he didn't fully understand Cunnel's mindset. To him, success was about big moves, connections, and high-stakes risks. He wondered if Cunnel's cautious approach would ever amount to much. Before leaving, he handed Cunnel his business card. "If you ever want to try something different, call me," Mr. Ade said. Cunnel accepted the card with a grateful smile, but deep down, he knew his path was already set. After the day's work, Cunnel returned to his small room. As he counted the day's earnings, he pulled out his black notebook. Inside were detailed records of every sale, expense, and savings deposit he'd made in the last 5 years. To an outsider, the pages would look unremarkable, but to Cunnel, they were a roadmap to his future. Cunnel flipped to the back of the notebook, where his goals were written in neat handwriting. The first goal had already been achieved, buying his corn in bulk. The second was in progress, saving enough to purchase a second cart and hire someone to help him expand. Slow and steady, he muttered to himself, a mantra he lived by. While others chased quick money, Cunnel believed in growing his wealth one step at a time. His focus and determination were his greatest assets, even if no one else could see it yet. The following week, Mr. Ade returned. This time, he wasn't just buying roasted corn. He stepped out of his car with a purposeful stride and approached Cunnel. "I've been thinking about our conversation," he said, handing Cunnel a small envelope. "Here's a loan. Use it to expand your business." Cunnel was stunned. "Sir, I can't accept this. I don't take loans." Mr. Ade raised an eyebrow. "Why not? It's free money to help you grow faster." Cunnel shook his head. "It's not free, sir. Every loan comes with strings attached. I'd rather grow at my own pace." Mr. Ade was taken aback by Cunnel's refusal. Most people would jump at such an opportunity. "You're an interesting man, Cunnel. I'll keep an eye on you." A few weeks later, a new roasted corn vendor appeared just down the street from Cunnel. The man's stand was bigger, and his prices were lower. Customers began flocking to the new vendor, leaving Cunnel's stand unusually quiet. Cunnel didn't panic. Instead, he observed. He noticed the new vendor used cheaper corn and cut corners in roasting. While the prices were low, the quality wasn't as good. Cunnel decided to focus on what he did best: quality and customer service. He greeted every customer warmly and maintained his high standards. Slowly, his loyal customers returned, preferring his superior product over the cheaper alternative. The new vendor's business began to decline, and within months, he packed up and left. Cunnel's steady approach had won again. It was late in the evening when Cunnel was packing up his stand, the sound of crickets filling the air. He heard a voice call out, and to his surprise, it was Mr. Ade again. This time, the businessman wasn't in his car. He was standing by the roadside, holding a briefcase. "Cunnel," he began, "I've been watching you for months now. You have something many people lack: patience and focus." Cunnel nodded humbly. "Thank you, sir. I'm just trying to make the best of what I have." Mr. Ade placed the briefcase on Cunnel's stand. "I want to offer you a partnership. I've been thinking about starting a food supply business, and I need someone with your kind of discipline and determination to manage it." Cunnel stared at the briefcase, his mind racing. It wasn't just about the money. It was about what this opportunity could mean. But he hesitated. "Sir, I appreciate the offer, but I need to think about it. I've built this business from scratch, and it's hard to let go." Mr. Ade smiled. "That's exactly why I trust you. Take your time, Cunnel. This offer will wait for you." As Mr. Ade walked away, Cunnel felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. This was a turning point, and he knew whatever decision he made would shape his future. Cunnel couldn't sleep that night. The offer from Mr. Ade weighed heavily on his mind. He had always dreamed of expanding his business, but this was far beyond what he had envisioned. Was he ready to take such a big step? The next day, he spoke to a few trusted friends. Mama Nkechi, an older woman who often bought his roasted corn, advised him to be cautious. "Cunnel," she said, "every opportunity looks good at first, but not all of them are meant for you. Make sure you're clear about what you want." Cunnel nodded but still felt uncertain. That evening, he opened his black notebook and wrote 2 lists: the benefits and risks of partnering with Mr. Ade. The benefits were clear: more resources, faster growth, and a chance to learn from someone experienced. But the risks loomed larger: losing control, clashing visions, and the possibility of failure. By the end of the night, Cunnel knew he needed more information before making a decision. This wasn't just about him. It was about the future he had been working so hard to build. Cunnel reached out to Mr. Ade and requested a meeting. They sat at a small cafe, the smell of freshly brewed coffee mixing with the sounds of the bustling street outside. Cunnel spoke confidently. "Sir, I'm honored by your offer, but before I agree, I need to know more. What exactly would my role be? How much control will I have? And most importantly, what happens if things don't go as planned?" Mr. Ade smiled, impressed by Cunnel's thoroughness. "You'd be the manager, overseeing the supply chain and ensuring quality. You'd have autonomy over operations, but we'd share profits. And if things don't work out, you'll keep a percentage of what we've built." Cunnel appreciated the transparency, but still wasn't convinced. "I'll think about it," he said. Mr. Ade nodded. "Take your time, Cunnel. I see great potential in you, and I'm willing to wait." Cunnel left the meeting feeling more confident, but also more cautious. He realized that while the offer was tempting, his instincts and principles had to guide his decision. Cunnel spent the next few days reflecting on Mr. Ade's offer. He walked through the streets of Lagos, observing the people and businesses around him. Everyone was hustling, some succeeding and others struggling. Kunnel realized that while partnerships could bring growth, they also came with risks. He consulted a few trusted friends, including Mom Nkechi, an older woman who often bought his roasted corn. She had seen many businesses come and go. Kunnel, she advised, never rush into anything. A bird in hand is worth two in the bush. If you're not sure, don't do it. Kunnel nodded, but he still felt unsure. That night, he sat in his small room and opened his black notebook. On the last page, he wrote two lists: the benefits and risks of partnering with Mr. Ade. The benefits were clear: more resources, faster growth, and a chance to learn from someone experienced. But the risks loomed larger: losing control, clashing visions, and the possibility of failure. In the end, Kunnel decided he needed more information. He couldn't make such a life-changing decision without fully understanding what he was stepping into. Kunnel arranged to meet Mr. Ade again, this time in a quiet spot at a local park. The businessman arrived promptly, briefcase in hand. "Have you made your decision, Kunnel?" he asked, a slight smile on his face. "I'm interested," Kunnel began, "but I need clarity on a few things. First, I want to know what my role would be. Second, I need assurance that I'll maintain some control over the business. And lastly, I need to understand the risks involved." Mr. Ade leaned back, impressed by Kunnel's assertiveness. "You'll be a partner, Kunnel, not an employee. You'll oversee operations while I handle funding and connections. We'll split profits equally, and if we ever disagree, we'll resolve it together. As for control, you'll have a say in all major decisions." Kunnel listened carefully, nodding as Mr. Ade spoke. It sounded fair, but Kunnel knew words weren't enough. "Can we put everything in writing?" he asked. Mr. Ade chuckled. "You're smarter than you look, Kunnel. Of course, we'll draw up a proper agreement." Satisfied, Kunnel agreed to proceed cautiously. He knew this partnership could change his life, but he also knew he had to protect what he'd built. Thank you for watching. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section. Remember to like, share, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos.